Hey first graders, this is a short video to explain the directions for the leaf counting by 10 video that is listed as one of your assignments on Friday, October 2nd. So these are all the materials that you need. The sentence strip and the leaf paper was included in your packet for this week. In addition, you'll need glue or a glue stick, crayons, and scissors. All right. So the first thing is you need to cut your leaf page apart. Now, the most important thing to think about when you're cutting it apart is that you are cutting on these dark lines, not cutting the leaves out. That will get rid of those numbers or cut into the numbers, and that is not what you want. So when you cut it apart, you want them in squares, just like they were on the paper. So once you've cut them all apart, you're going to place them down there, all going the right way. So you're going to be able to read those numbers. This is really good practice for you reading all your numbers by tens up to 100. This is part of your math for first grade. All right, so there's all of our numbers. And if you need to practice counting by tens, probably a lot of you have been practicing counting in class when you do calendar in the morning. There's a lot of Jack Hartman counting by tens videos on the internet. There are other ones also. Some are exercise ones, so you can practice, you can move around while you practice skip counting. But this is super important for you guys to learn. It'll help you with some math when you get older. And so what this is you are skip counting by tens. So every time you're adding 10 to the number. So in other words, you start with 10, skip counting by 10, start with 10. Then what you're doing really is you're adding 10 more. So 10, 20. Although it definitely has a pattern to it, so once you practice, you're not even really thinking that you're counting by 10 too much. You just get the idea that you're skip counting and repeating a pattern. And then you will also see that there is a pattern with the numbers. There's a 1, there's a 2. Yes, they have a 0 after them, so they are 10 and 20. But 1, 2, 3 comes next, so that will help you. 10, 20, 30. All right, next comes 40. 10, 20, 30, 40, then 50. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right, here we go, almost done. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 100. All right, so once you are sure that they are all in the right order, that is when you want to take your glue and glue them down. All in the same order. And remember, you need to start counting over here on the left-hand side. That's why I started with the 10 over here. We read our numbers the same direction that we read words. We read words from left to right. We write our numbers from left to right, and we read them the same way. All right, so once they're all in order, glue them down in the same order so you haven't lost your places and mixed them up. Now, I forgot to mention the coloring part. You might want to wait. The reason I didn't have you guys color ahead of time is you might want to do it after you've glued them down in order, because then you could do a color pattern if you wanted to. So what I did, I have a set that I've already colored, and I'm just going to lay the same ones on top. And I colored them in the same pattern that our poem, I Like Leaves, had them in. You can decide that you don't want to do a pattern right now, and that is absolutely fine. But some of you might want to do a color pattern with your leaves. So what I mean by pattern is green, red, orange, yellow. Green, red, orange, yellow, green, red. And if we had more numbers, then I could do orange for 110 and yellow for 120. All right, so you're almost done, but not quite. This is where you need to then get a pencil and write 1, 2, 3, and your name if you'd like. And then you can go around to people at your house, and you're going to count to 3 people. Okay, we read our poems and books to 3 people. Guess what? You can count to 3 people as really good practice also. And then later on, once everything's glued on and you've counted to 3, if you want to wrap your sentence strip around in a circle and staple it or tape it, you can make it your Counting by Tens crown that you can wear on your head. All right, so first graders, remember to practice skip counting by tens, because after you guys master this counting by tens, we will be practicing counting by fives too. All right, have fun.